What's up, Hindustan? How are you? This is your boy, the Professor, KZ Ho. Namaste, Mir Nam Professor. Hey, Apsi Milker, Hushi Way in your face. I just busted out Hindi, and you can't even deal with it. Some dude told me my Hindi sucked.
Well, you say Casey Ho, and when we watched Te3N last night, that's not how they say it.
He said it wrong.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he had it right.
Te3N we watched.
Right.
And it had Big B in it.
Big B, yeah.
It had the one dude whose name I can never say.
I know, but he was from, and maybe I'm mispronouncing this, Raman Raghav 2.0.
Yes, you saw that film.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and he was in Gangs of Westport, which is 8 hours long.
Well, he played a good guy in
He's always
Te3N.
a cop. He's always a cop, or he's always a bad guy.
And in this one, he is a former cop who's now a priest.
Father Martin.
Right, and he was a good guy.
And then there was the woman from that movie.
We always forget the name of it.
Great. The English translation is The Greatest Story Ever Told, or the mother of all stories.
Right, and she comes from England, purportedly looking for
her husband, but she's there to kill some people.
Right, and so she's dressed up like she's pregnant, but she's really not, and then there's a huge plot twist at the end.
Yes.
So she was in that movie, and she was also in Te3N.
So I would say this was like a star-studded cast. Let's start with the cast. What did you think of the cast?
I thought they did a great job. I thought, as you said, and I said this to our son last night, that these are, some of the top actors in Indian film. I thought they did an amazing job. I think Big B is such a good actor. I think he has such a wide range. The woman who played the cop in Te3N, I think in both films she was kind of the same character to me, but I like her.
Yeah, I like her too.
And I think she's a good actress. But the dude who played Father Martin, I was very impressed because he was such a scumbag in Raman Raghav 2.0 and such a creep. And in Te3N as Father Martin, he was really likable. I really enjoyed him.
I've never seen him give a bad performance. Never.
I've only seen him in two things.
I would say I've probably seen 6 or 7 of his films.
Okay.
I've never seen a bad. He's like Amir Khan. I have never seen a bad performance.
Okay.
Everything can be going to hell in a handbasket around him, and this dude delivers. He delivers. He is somebody that should be in American films. He could cross over. He could play a cop.
Oh, I totally
He could play a lead.
Yeah.
He would be an excellent bad guy. Excellent bad guy.
Yeah.
I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. I think he may be better than Irfan Khan. I think he may be.
I don't know because I've only seen Irfan Khan in a couple of movies as well. And unfortunately, some of the movies that I've seen him in are American movies.
And it doesn't do him justice.
Right, Jurassic World.
Yes, Spider-Man.
His
just
character,
doesn't do him
his
well.
character in that and Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man. Was it The Amazing Spider-Man that he was in?
I don't know.
I think
Ask
it was.
Joey Styles. He'll tell you.
In both of those movies, his character was just an unsavory guy, so I can't really say.
Yeah, right. He was kind of a douchebag.
And as far as Indian films, I've seen
you see
him
a range of
I've seen
ability.
him in Piku, and I liked him in Piku, and then I also liked him in that film where his son had died.
I forgot the name of it.
Right, and so then he kidnapped the son.
The prince. Yes, the little prince. He kept calling him.
Right, and he played a totally different character than he did in Piku, and I liked him in both of those films. So I can't say whether he's a better actor than the dude from Te3N or not.
Father Martin kills it, dude. Father Martin kills him. In his performance in Gangs of Westport, which is one of the top 100 Bollywood films,
right.
He is Al Pacino in it, and he delivers a gangster performance that is epic.
Well, it is the Gangs of Westport.
Yes,
so
and he delivers. He delivers, man.
I will defer to your knowledge base on that because I have seen an infinitesimal amount of Indian films compared to what you've seen.
I find Big B, the films that I enjoy him the most in is his later films, his newer films, where he is an older guy, where he is elderly.
Yeah.
I think he really kind of nails that grandfatherly,
He really
fatherly.
does.
You
Yeah.
know, this
Yeah.
this elder. He's a big, imposing man.
Yeah.
He when he plays the father role or the grandfather role, he really kind of sounds like rain.
No, it's the dishwasher going right now. You're hearing the water going into the garbage disposal.
Sorry, we'll just disregard that. He really is larger than life, I think,
Yeah.
with his performance in this.
You
And
see the emotion.
yeah, and he, not only do you see the emotion, he's able to hold it. Like, I mean,
Yes.
like, it's almost like they get tied up on his face,
Yeah.
and he can hold it,
Yeah.
and then it
Right.
releases.
It's
I mean, he can just
compelling.
yes,
I
it
agree.
is very compelling. He has
Yeah.
a way of he has a way of moving and directing with just his eyes. He kind
Yes.
of like will drop his head down and
Yeah.
with his eyes just kind of move you.
Yeah, I agree
Um,
with that.
The woman, I really like her.
Yes, I do too.
I really like her.
And she was pregnant in real life.
Yes,
when
that's
she
what
did
I
this
was
movie.
reading on it.
Right.
And I've seen her in the two films. She's in a film called Dirty Picture that I'm going to check out.
I haven't seen that.
It's on Netflix. There are a couple films of hers that we have, and we'll go through and get the discography and check her out.
Okay. The filmography.
Yeah, sorry. And I've seen her in two things that I know of. Sometimes people will point out that you did.
Excuse me for a
yes.
moment.
It's her birthday, so she's getting birthday wishes, I'm sure.
Yes, that one is going to have to go to voicemail right now.
Yes. Sometimes our Indian friends will point out, no, you did see them in this role or that
Right.
role, and I forget, and like,
Right.
oh yeah, that's right.
Right. Because you've seen so many films.
Yes, and I'm not real familiar with their names. Like,
Right.
you know, if I don't recognize the face, I have a hard time enunciating the names.
I think Big B's first name is Amitabh.
Amitabh?
And maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So to our Indian friends, please correct me if I'm saying that incorrectly.
So this is going to be with spoilers. So, I mean, if you haven't seen this film and you're Indian, shame on you, right? I have an excuse. I'm the white dude who has no access to this. But if you haven't seen this film, shame on you. So
That was good.
we have this story here of your phone's
That was
killing
my
me.
voicemail.
Yeah, can you mute it, please? Or we're gonna be hearing this all night. You're killing me, dude.
Hey,
You're absolutely
listen,
killing me.
it's my birthday.
Yeah, just how
and
about we just
so-
mute things?
Yeah, it's my
My
birthday.
phone's muted.
Well, your phone has a nuclear
Okay.
alert sound.
Okay,
So mine's
so
a cat.
this film, you're killing my groove here. You really
Hey,
are.
listen,
I
get
was
used
in
to
the
it,
middle
buddy.
of the greatest movie review ever,
Right,
and you
the
ruined
greatest
it.
diatribe. Just get used to it because you like to interrupt me, and so periodically it's good for me to interrupt you.
Is your phone muted?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I guess you'll have to find out.
So we find this story of Big B and this granddaughter that he adores.
Mm-hmm.
She's kidnapped, and is never returned.
Because she's killed.
Right, and you see him trying to find the killer.
Right.
He's
And it's
trying
been
to
8
find
years.
yes, and so Father Martin used to be a police officer who worked the case, who
Right.
was so distraught over how this all went down
Right.
that he quit the police and became a Catholic
Yep.
priest.
Yep.
And then we see the woman from the Mother of All Stories is the new police, kind of replaced Father Martin, and they kind of sounded like they had a relationship, like they were a
kinda
couple or
did.
something, or
They
there was some
kinda
kind of
did.
romantic interest
And
there
that somehow that was cut short because he
because
went
of
into the priesthood.
because
and-
everything kind of fell
Yeah,
apart.
yep.
And so there's a new kidnapping, and so Big B is constantly trying to go to the police. He's trying to work this and keep this thing going.
Every day he
Every
goes
day.
to the police station.
Every day.
Right. And his
And-
wife, who is disabled, is at home just waiting for him.
Yes, which was kind of sad.
It was sad.
There's a new kidnapping, same MO is played out, and now there's re-interest in his case. We
Right.
got to figure out what happened because they're doing the same thing.
And
right?
Father Martin realizes, okay, because remember previously Father Martin had said, this is not going to happen again. It hasn't happened in 8 years. The guy obviously left town, and so there's no reason to be worried about this anymore. Just drop it, find peace with God, and drop it. And then lo and behold, 8 years later, this kidnapping happens, and Father Martin realizes, we
Same
better,
MO.
Yep,
But here we
better
go.
Look
Here
at
we
the old
go.
case for some clues on how to solve the new case.
No, I don't want to get into the minutiae of the plot. We'll leave some of the plot points there
Right.
for people to kind of explore. There were some twists in this.
Definitely some twists. Oh,
And-
yes.
And you made a comment, and I think that there's something to this, because we've been seeing some Indian films that have been outstanding.
Yes.
That they're not your traditional Bollywood musical. They're thrillers with twists.
Yes.
And you made a comment about M. Night.
I
The Sham
said
Hammer.
M. Night Shyamalan could
Sham
really
Hammer.
take some tips here, because remember when his movies first started coming out in America?
And they were good.
And everybody was like, whoa, you got to see
Yes,
this guy's
yes.
movies because they're crazy. There's like the weirdest twist. You're never going to see it coming. And remember when we first saw The Village? Mm-hmm. And we were like, what in the world just happened there? Okay, that was so strange. Well, his movies, the twists are really not so twisty anymore. And so I told you, watching Te3N and the one that is translated The Mother of All Stories, those plot twists at the end were so mind-blowing that I thought M. Night Shyamalan could take some tips from these people and really start looking into how are they making the movies, because he could really improve his game, up his game, if he took some tips from these people.
The story was phenomenal.
It was great. It was so good.
And I like how this is like new Bollywood, how they worked in the music, because you need music, you need a soundtrack
there's
for it to be a
still some-
Bollywood
there's
film.
still some songs,
It's
right.
obviously not song and dance.
No, but it's interspersed at regular intervals.
And it makes sense. It doesn't take you out of the film,
Right.
Because there's now a
No,
song
it-
and dance.
Right, it makes sense. It's appropriate to the scene that's going on. You mentioned about how you enjoy Big B as an older actor.
I do.
There was one part, though, there was the one scene where he was kind of fighting with the guy, and I said, ooh, he's not as spry and limber as he was back in his Sholay days.
You're right.
So he was definitely, he had some swagger in his Sholo days, so that's lost to him now that he's older. But he's such a good actor.
I'll just cut to the chase.
Please do. Yeah.
How surprised were you that we find out Big B is the kidnapper?
Stunned.
I was just
Stunned.
like, what?
Yes, stunned.
Dude.
When Father Martin.
I thought it was going to be Father Martin initially.
Oh, no.
Because he's either a cop or a bad guy, and
Right.
if he's a priest, how could he... Wait a minute.
We figured out right away that he was not a bad guy, and I knew he was not the kidnapper, because we saw him at the beginning of the movie working on the case, and he's in a rollover car accident. He's totally bloody.
Yes, and you see how this whole thing
And
just...
he's at the funeral, and his arm is all in a cast, and so I knew he was not the kidnapper / killer. But when they're getting towards the plot twist, and Father Martin realizes there's another voice on this audio tape, and then he realizes the voice is Big B, I thought, okay, wait a second. How can this possibly be? And part of the twist is that when you're watching the film, there's a parallel story going on, and you think it's happening at the same time.
It's not.
It's not. The part with Big B doing his investigation happens before.
Way before.
And so, yeah,
he figured it out
amazing.
before the cops figured it out, and had
so
his
he's-
vengeance.
and he's leaving clues because he wants the cops to realize the child that I have kidnapped, his grandfather is the one who kidnapped my granddaughter and is responsible for her death.
Dude, it was.
And then we find out that Father Martin accidentally killed the girl. It was a total accident because she was running away from the kidnapper, and she falls over a cliff onto Father Martin's car, of course, when he was the police officer.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so
it was just
amazing.
completely like...
And that, of course, is why he got out of police work. He was so
Yes,
traumatized.
India, you blew my mind, dude.
Right. It was so good. Yeah, I loved it.
That blew my mind.
I told Fake Jabby on YouTube last night, because he's always recommending films for us to watch. And Ron, there are so many films that we have to get around to, so just be patient with us. And so he was recommending some, and then he asked if there were some American films that I could recommend, so I did. And then I told him that we watched Te3N last night and that it was amazing. It was so good. And I told him we would be doing this movie review.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
Again, the cast was amazing.
Yes.
It was a great ensemble. I really thought that they did it. All three of them, you were in the presence of three great actors.
It was really, really
all
good.
three of them did a great job complimenting each other and shining. Big B was able to just hold you with his emotion over this distraught grandfather.
Yeah. It was so good.
There's one comical scene, I thought, where Father Martin is doing the wedding.
Oh,
and
right.
he's like,
he alludes to a funeral.
Yeah, like,
right.
hey, listen,
And
get used to
groom,
it. Look at her; she's gonna get old, dude.
The groom basically says, "You're doing a wedding," and he's like, "Well, I know, but the two are related." And that's when he says, "Look at her.
Yeah.
Imagine her when she's old. Are you going to be able to deal with that?" And he's like, "Well, yes." And he says, "Okay, then let's proceed."
Yeah, right. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
it was good.
So that was comical. Was there something you were?
No,
gonna add?
I didn't want to speak over you.
Oh, were you getting ready to wrap it up?
No.
Oh, well, please go ahead. Before you wrap it up, I have something to say.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought Father Martin's character, again, I've never seen him give a bad performance.
He's really
I
good.
never have. There have been roles of Big B. The films they were okay. They were just okay. You know what I mean? But he shined in this.
Yeah, it was good.
Father Martin, I've never seen him give a bad
Yeah.
performance. And then the woman from the Mother of Stories,
Yeah.
I've never seen her give a bad performance,
Right.
ever.
Right.
I mean, there's an actress I like, Rika Apte. Sometimes you just go, what the heck was
Hit or
that?
miss.
What was that, dude? I have no idea.
I don't know that I've seen her in anything yet.
No, you haven't. I don't think you have.
Because I think I've for sure seen less than 10 Indian films at this point. So
So that was all would you want to...
I did want to thank Ron and Rashi for wishing me a happy birthday today. They're both very kind. And just in general, I want to thank our Indian friends for being so kind and gracious to me. You say the nicest things to me, and it's really humbling, and I just really appreciate it very much.
I appreciate it. Every Indian is my brother. Every Indian is my sister. Thank you so much for the support and love from India. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
And we'll catch you guys later. Peace.